Good morning, everybody. Patty Ann here. Hang on just one second. Today I'm going to make a couple of graduation cards, and I'm just going to show you how I begin the process for those of you who are new to making cards and even finding things in Access that you can use. So you can see that I have a few cute little sayings on my desktop here in Cricut Design Space, and these are really cute. The tassel was worth the hassle. I like this one actually. I still have no idea what I'm doing. That'd be a perfect one to put on top of somebody's graduation cap, right? Kiss my class goodbye. Anyway, proud graduate. Let me delete these off of here. So I'm just clicking on them to highlight them and then hitting delete on my keyboard. And what I have down here is a piece of paper that I've made exactly the right size that I need for my full card. So when I make a card, I always make mine the same size because they fit in an envelope that you can buy by the box at Staples, and they're pretty inexpensive. I don't like to use my own paper to make envelopes because I feel like that wastes my pretty paper. Anyway, so when I want to make those size, I just come down here to Shapes, and I get the square, and I open up the square. Then I come up here to where it says Size, and I unlock this lock, and I make the width 8.5 and the height 5.5. So that's my total card. It would fold right here in the center. So I'm actually going to change the color of it by clicking on it and coming up here to the swatch, and I'll just change it to a light gray so we can see it easily. And now I'm going to put on the fold line, also known as the score line. Click on that, and it comes in right over here, and I can drag it right over to my card and just drag it down so it's the right width. I don't care right now where it's placed on here because I'm going to fix that very easily. I'm just going to grab both of these things, and I'm going to come up here to Align and Align Center. And that moved it right smack dab in the center of my card. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go look for my graduation pictures. So I come over here to Images, and I'm going to come up here to Cartridges, and I typed in graduation. And when I typed in graduation and hit the search button, I came to all of these right here, and there's lots of really good stuff. And I don't know if you've noticed before, but when you come to a cartridge and look for things, okay, notice this one says it has 5 images. The next one down says it has 6, but look at this next one here. It has 56 images, and you can click on it, and it says they're free, so maybe that means they're free right now. I didn't even realize that. So everybody should be looking at these. They must be free to everybody right now. There's some really cute things in here. And you can choose any one of these. This is the one I thought was real cute. Now, this could be something that you put on the outside of a card, or maybe the sentiment on the inside of a card. With God, all things are possible. Here's the same thing again, just in a different, just looks a little bit different. Oh, this one's just got colors added to it and some leaves. So there are all kind of things in here you can do. But if we go back to cartridges, and I'll type in graduation again. This one has 69 images in it, which is cool. And this one has 20. And some of these are fun because congrats, smarty pants. You know, if you have that kind of a relationship with the graduate. Congrats on your cool hat. You nailed it. Blah, blah, blah. Congrats. Okay, some of these are really cute. Okay, I've decided I'm going to go back to the ones that are free right now, and let's take advantage of that. So I'm going to open up the 56 images again that are free. It says they're graduation hat designs, so I guess that's what they were thinking that you might do with them, which is a cute idea. And some of these make sense then. This would be on the graduate's cap. And those would be perfect, really cool to make out of HTV, heat transfer vinyl. Let's see. So what ones of these would be good for, these would be really cute on a cap, wouldn't they? That'd be 2 colors of vinyl. That'd be really cute. Looking to see which one I can use on a card. Okay, I think I'll use this one on a card. So I'm going to click on that and insert it. And I'm going to make this into a print then cut because I don't want, right now it's a cut file, you'll notice, but I'm going to have this print on the front of my card. So I'm going to make it smaller so it's going to fit right here perfectly. And so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this score line off of here. I just needed that right now for placement of this. I don't know that I need to remove it, but I'm going to for this moment because I'm going to change the color of my card to white because this is going to be a print then cut. So I don't want a gray rectangle to be printed. I want a white, and white of course doesn't print because it is there is no white ink. It's just blank. So I'm going to highlight the saying and the card, and I'm going to come down here to flatten it, which automatically changes it to a print then cut. Do you notice that over here? It's perfect. So now I can bring my score line back in, and I'm going to change the color of my canvas so we can see a little better what I'm doing. I'm going to change it to purple. Okay, so my score line is back behind there. I think I will right click on it and say send to front so I can see it. And now I'm going to highlight both of these things, and I'm going to align because I want my score line aligned back in the center again. Align it to the center. Perfect. And then I need to click on my score line, hold down my shift key, and click on this envelope, or I could just draw a box around all of it and select it all. And then I need to attach it. If I don't attach it, let me show you what's going to happen. If I just go to make it, okay, here is my print then cut, my card. Of course, it's going to fold here in half, which is going to be perfect. But look, we have a second mat here, and on that mat is my score line, just the score line. We don't want it to score on its own mat, so let's cancel that. We want to attach the score line right there so it stays there on the card we're making. So if I come down here and attach it, and then if I go to make it, and there it is attached, just the way we want it to be. So that's all you'd need to do for this. Then the only other thing you do for this card is go continue, and you'll send it to your printer, and just, well, let me send it to the printer. Just have regular paper over there right now, I think. So I would send it to my printer. And what it's going to print is it's going to print this sentiment here, and it is going to print these black lines. Now some people get concerned and say, I don't want those black lines on my piece. Well, they're actually not going to be on your finished card. If you've never done print then cut, look at this image right here. This is what it's going to look like when it prints out. Then I will put this cardstock or paper back on or onto a mat. And what's going to happen is my machine, my Cricut machine, is going to come around, and the head of it, there'll be a little light on, and it's going to come around here and it's going to read where all these black lines are. And that's what's helping it to know where in the world to put the score line and to cut it. It's going to cut inside of this black line. The black line won't be on your finished product at all. So that is done. I gotta select my device. Air 2. And I shouldn't have printed this just on paper. I should have printed it on cardstock so I could actually use it. All right, so now it's saying to send to printer. In a moment, I should be given the option to say I've already printed it. Okay, it knows I already printed it, but if it didn't, I could come over here and change this. Okay, and say I've already printed it. There'll be that option. All right, so now since I'm using just paper instead of cardstock, I think I'm going to have to go to Browse All Materials and go to Categories and Paper. And I'm just using copy paper. So done. All right, I'm going to cut this out and I'll be back to show you a picture of what it looks like. Okay, I'd like you to look at the image on the left. Notice how I have the printed cardstock or paper on my mat. I have to have it oriented exactly the same way that it is on the screen from Cricut Design Space. Notice that the white area is at the top on the screen mat, and the white area is on top in the bottom image. Also, notice which way the word God is facing, and it's got to be the same in both for this to work properly. Now, if you look at the second mat, or the second image rather, I'm showing that I have to put in the score tool. Remember, that is used to score the middle of the card so that we know exactly where to fold it.